Uh, but I'll tell you a story where an executive that who I used to work with, he fell flat on his face because he didn't know his audience. He was just promoted to become CFO of an airline, and he's a cool guy, a nice guy, and he wanted to uh, be kind of that man of the people and so on. So he went into one of the airline's maintenance hangars at 2 in the morning. And he figured, well, if I go introduce myself to the folks on the graveyard shift, they'll see that I'm a real guy, that I care, and all that. So he goes up to an airplane mechanic who's deep in his work, and he gets the guy's attention. And the guy looks up, and he takes off his eye protection and his ear protection. And the executive, sticks out his hand and says, "Hi, I'm so and so. I'm the new CFO here at the airline." And the technician looked at him and said, "So the F what?" Except he didn't say that. Except he didn't say the F. He said the whole thing, and then put his PPE back on and got back to work.
Hmm.
And that episode taught that executive a very important thing about communication. That when you're communicating at work, and arguably in other situations, but when you're communicating at work, it's not about you,
Yeah.
the communicator. It's about the audience, the people you're communicating with, people
Mhm.
you're giving information to, or you want them to follow you on something, or do a specific action.
Right.
And that stayed with him for the rest of his career. That moment where he was, here he was, one of the top people in the company, and he just got dressed down by somebody on the graveyard shift for not knowing that, this guy really didn't care that there was a new CFO in town. Now,
Mhm.
if he had led with, "Hey, I'm the new CFO, and I want to know, more about what you guys need here in the hangar," or what have you, then he might have had a conversation, because that would
Mhm.
have made it more about the technician.
Yeah.
But instead, it came across as being all about him,
Yep.
and he fell flat on his face. And that stuck with him throughout the rest of the career. It's a very profound lesson for him. So when you ask about researching the audience, perhaps he could have, he could have decided, all right, I'm going to go at 2 a.m. to this maintenance hangar, and I want to know what these folks care about, so I can have a conversation with them and engage with them, learn something, and also have them feel like I am here to listen to them and to make their jobs easier. That would have been a much more valuable conversation than,
Mhm.
"Hi, I'm the new CFO."
Right.